Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Talking Cardboard. My name is Cory, and in today's initial impressions review, I'm going through the small two-player only trick-taking game called Sail. Sail is a great game. Almost. Thank you all for joining me in today's initial impressions review of this small card game called Sail. Like I said in the intro of the video, this game is great, almost. It just missed the mark for me. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. My wife and I have been playing it a lot lately, but it just is right there. It's so close to being a fantastic game, but just missed the mark. Not saying that this is leaving my collection, because I do have some hope for it with future expansions possibly to make this the game that I wished it to be. So let's get right into my thoughts here. I have them all written down in front of me. The first thing I really enjoy about Sail is that it is a very fun theme. It's a pirate theme. You are shooting at krakens. You are trying to avoid islands and not run into them, but the theme is just boiled down to essentially traveling across the map. You've only got one mission for each and every one of the missions, and that is get to the end of the map. As you can see here on the map down below, there's this V-shaped piece that you place at the start of every mission, and that is the end goal, is to sail your pirate ship from the start of the map all the way to the end of the map without running out of time. The maximum amount of rounds this game plays in is 5 rounds, so it plays very quickly, which is another pro for me. It plays in about 20 minutes. And we've found that to be true every time we've played. It plays very fast, 15 to 20 minutes. We're able to get most of the missions done within less time than that and rifle through. It all just kind of depends on the hands that you are dealt and how well you're doing with managing the hands. Like I said, also, this is a trick-taking game, so you and your partner are playing cooperatively, trying to play cards down in tricks to try to do actions with those tricks. Depending on which player wins the trick will tell you where the ship moves or what action takes place, and there are different icons on all the different cards as well that will tell you what action you get after playing those cards. You don't necessarily have to win the trick in order to do an action, but your card has to match the action icons on it with your partner's card to do an action. Simply in this game, winning the trick essentially allows you to move the ship either closer to your side of the map or closer to your partner's side of the map. So that's pretty much the majority of it. All players start with a unique asymmetric pirate power that also comes into play with if you win a trick, or if your partner wins a trick, that might do different things based on your special ability power. So looking back on my notes here, like I said, fun theme, but it's pretty much boiled down to just sailing across the map, and that's it. There's an introductory mission, and there's missions 1 through 5. The missions do get harder as you play through, but the mission essentially does not change. You just have to get to the end of the map to win. So, like I said, plays in about 20 minutes, which is great. The actions are interesting, but they do get repetitive in a hurry. Like I said, you are attacking the Kraken in this game, but that's essentially kind of boiled down to just, if you play the right action cards, you get to take a card out of your player deck, out of the cards that are put off to the side in the discard pile, and add it to the Kraken deck below the card. So essentially, you are giving yourself more time to finish the game before the Kraken kills you and ends the game. Also, another way the game can end is after 5 rounds. Like I said, it typically doesn't last all 5 rounds. I don't know if we're just really good at playing the game, or if that's just another con with the game, that it's just been too easy for us throughout most of the missions. I wish the actions didn't get so repetitive or samey after a while, where maybe some of the actions would be fun to load up the cannons and then have to try to fire the cannons and aim them to try to hit the Kraken. And sometimes you might miss. Sometimes, depending on how well you've played your cards, you have a better chance at hitting the Kraken. I think that would have added a lot more fun and less repetitiveness to the card play in this game, and a little bit more flavor on top of that. So, like I said, the actions are fun, but just for the first handful of games, and then they do start to feel samey after a while. Another thing I was really hoping Sail would have done a little bit better is that the preset map is essentially the same each time, other than the randomization of different tokens on which areas of the board they're going to go, and then also elongating the map, making it more difficult. You have to travel farther to complete the mission. Other than that, there's not really too much variability to the goals in the missions. You're essentially just trying to sail to the end each and every time. I wish Sail was a little bit more like The Crew, which is another cooperative trick-taking game where each mission had a different goal you and your teammate were trying to go after every time. It would just add a little bit more variability, more replayability in the game, and another level of interest to the game. It feels too rinse and repeat. I'm hoping for more expansions to come out that will add some variability and some more interest into the game, but at the moment where it sits now, the goal is just sail to the end no matter what mission you're in. So I was really hoping for that to be a little bit different. And the last point with Sail that is worth mentioning is that it is a 2-player only game. Some people might enjoy that it's 2-player only. You might have a significant other that you play games with a lot, and that's great. You can play Sail all day, all night long with you and your partner. But for me, it's a drawback. I wish Sail played up to a higher player count. If it was 2 to 4, maybe adding some difficulty to the game as well, with more players trying to play in a sequence or trying to play cards at a specific time to do an action to try to pull that off. It would just feel a little bit more tense and bring a little bit more fun to the gameplay for me. At 2 players, like I said, you just find yourself after the first few plays reading your partner, and you start to metagame the whole game, and you know exactly, if I play this card, you know which card to play out of your hand, and the puzzle just doesn't turn out to be as interesting as I had hoped for that reason. So I am going to end this short review for my initial impressions here with my initial impressions rating of the game, and so far I'm giving Sail a 6 out of 10. It's a good game. A 6 is still good, but I had hoped for more. It's a little bit of a letdown at the moment, a little bit disappointing. Like I said, 6 out of 10, kind of an average rating, but with more expansions, a little bit more going on. Like I said, if it was a different player count, maybe a 1 to 4 player count, it would be a lot more exciting as well. And then just some more variations to the actions you can do, like loading up the cannons, or if you're firing at the Kraken, you're not just adding a card to prolong your death with the Kraken, maybe some other things going on with different missions and variability with that. It's just a little bit too boiled down for me in my taste at the moment. So 6 out of 10 for now. I am really hoping to see more content from this. If you like what you see here on the channel, consider subscribing. We really appreciate it, and leave comments in the comment section below on your thoughts of Sail, and if it hit well for you or if it kind of fell flat like with me. So until next time, you all have a great day and have fun gaming.